Hey guys, I thought I'd actually do an inbox review of a rather different brand of armoured kit. It is the hobbyboss Panzer 1 Ausf C. This was one of the last models of the Panzer 1 which actually entered service in 1943. Around about 40 of these were built with a new active arm suspension, which you can actually see indicated on the illustration. And they also actually took part in the Normandy landings apparently as well. Anyway, sad to say, although the actual box top illustration, as lovely as it is, indicates 3 crew, you don't actually get any crew figures with this kit. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm going to come around to this build, I'm actually going to order some Dragon tank crew figures. I've heard the quality of them is fantastic, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, without further ado, what we will do is let's have a look at the side of the box. On the side you've actually got a 3-view plan view of the actual tank itself in its overall field green. And believe it or not, you can actually get an app called Colour Converter. You can get it on the Play Store. It's completely free. You can just download, and basically if you've got a range of paints and you don't know what the colour is, it can actually convert it for you. It's quite simple and easy, and as I say, it's completely free. Alright. Next to that, you've actually got a short history on the actual model of the tank. And then obviously at the side, you've got the illustration again, along with the kit number, which you see there, which is 82431. That's 82431. Right, let's open and see what's inside the box. It's a box end opening. It's a box top opening one. First thing you see is the instructions. Okay, lovely illustration of what's on the box. A few indications of don't eat it, don't wear it, don't drink it, etc. If you know what I mean. And then obviously you've got some indication as to what the symbols mean as you go along in the build process. Okay. Right, next thing we do on the first stage of the construction, like we normally do with most armoured vehicles, is basically the running gear. Then the assembly of the lower hull with the suspension and the exhaust stacks. Then more accessories like the actual suspension arms, etc. for the main sprocket. And then assembling the sprocket to the hull, and some of the parts are actually etched brass, so they're very fine. It might be worth you get some cyano and some tweezers when you put them together. Okay. Then the remaining layout of the actual running gear. It's very similar to what they have on the Tigers and the Panthers, so hence the suspension was quite advanced. And then, believe it or not, the actual assembly of the tracks is very much like magic tracks. Each individual link is put together, so in that respect you can get much more of an authentic sag on the tracks, unlike Tamiya kits. Okay, with their awful plastic or tracks as such. Then it's the assembly of the upper hull. Okay. And then what you tend to do next is actually put all the hatches on, and again some of the parts are on the etched brass sheet. Okay, as you can see there, along with the stowage. Another lot there, adding the spare tracks and more tools, etc. And obviously you can add your etched brass on there as well. And then you've got the aerial at the back. And there's more storage, a similar storage box, and this is basically what it gives as an indication to the side view to line up. And then obviously adding more tools and more tracks, etc. And then adding the jerry cans, which you can assemble with a bit of etched brass. Okay, give it more of an authentic look, much more detailed, which is quite surprising for such a small kit. Okay, and then obviously put the headlamp on, etc. More stowage, and it just explains how to assemble that part of the stowage. I don't know what it is. I think it was some sort of siren or something, I don't know. And then obviously the final items assembled on the upper hull, and then you turn the sheet over, adding more jerry cans and more stowage to the hull. Okay, and then the assembly of the actual turret. Regretfully, you don't have the option of keeping the hatch open. I may look into this actually if I'm going to get any crew figures for it. And see if I can actually scratch build that or something, I don't know, but I'll have a go anyway. And then it's the final assembly of the actual turret, along with some extra brass settings. The cupola is assembled, then the two guns, and as you know, it didn't actually have one big cannon on it. It was a very tiny tank. It just had a machine gun and a slightly little more powerful cannon, because they were mostly used as scout tanks, really. And then obviously another bit of storage to the back of the turret. Upper hull to the lower hull, and then actually put an extra brass radiator in to give it more authenticity, which is a lot better than what you do in the Tamiya kits. There you go. Okay, and then obviously you can make your own sort of aerial out of stretch sprue. Okay, and that's the final assembly. Alright, so that's that. Next thing you see is basically the colour call out, and that actually gives you an indication of what the colours are. And again, as I say, you can actually use your colour converter app for this as well. Alright, so that's quite handy. Lovely print as well. Upon opening the box, to the side you've got a little compartment for the lower hull, as you can see there. Okay, lovely detail on it, very crisp, no flash. The upper hull, as you can see there, very neatly packed. And then to the side, if I can get the damn thing out, is all your etched brass accessories, okay, like the radiator and arms and stuff, etc. Excuse me. Right, and then obviously this bag is full of all the actual tracks that you assemble, okay, and that's going to be quite laborious and mundane, but it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, and then basically you got 3 sprues, one with the running gear and all the jerry cans, etc. And as you can see, if I can get the damn thing to focus, come on, focus, come on. No, sorry guys, it's not going to do it. Oh, here you go. Ah, that's it. As you can see, the running gear is very highly detailed. Yeah, super. There we go. Okay. And then obviously you've got the turret, which you see here. Lovely, lovely detail on all the accessories. You've got all the tools, etc. Obviously the guns that are attached to the turret. There's the exhaust stack at the bottom there, as you can see. Actually, if I turn it around the other way you can see it better. There you go. Alright. And then obviously you've got all the tools that actually go onto the tank. There we go. Not a lot to it, but quite an intense little build. So there's the spare tracks that go on the front of the tank. And then the final item in the box is obviously the decals. I think they are actually produced by Cartograph, so I shouldn't have any problems with them. And that, my friends, is basically the kit in a nutshell. Beautifully presented, beautifully packed. The detail on it is quite good. It will come up lovely with a wash. Superb little build, I think that's going to be, as I'm going to get around to building it. I heartily recommend you get this. I do also have the Panzer 2, but I don't think I'm going to bother doing an inbox review unless anybody should request so. Okay, if you would like me to do one, just send me a message on Facebook, because unfortunately I haven't actually managed to figure out how I read all my comments on my YouTube channel.